Good morning. My name is Patrick Noaker. That's N-O-A-K-E-R. I'm an attorney here in St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm with the law firm of Jeff Anderson and Associates. We're here this morning, sadly, to add to the growing mountain of evidence that this Archdiocese has not been honest with this community. This Archdiocese has not been honest with this community because it has suppressed and concealed sexual abuse by its priests. Today we have filed 2 lawsuits involving a Father Thomas Stitts, who sexually abused children at a number of parishes where he was assigned. Today's lawsuit involves claims and sexual abuse that occurred down at Guardian Angels Church down in Hastings. There's 2 lawsuits, 2 plaintiffs. They're designated as John Doe 148 and John Doe 149. Both these boys were sexually abused in Hastings at Guardian Angels Parish. One of these boys reported the sexual abuse to the principal at Guardian Angels School. Her name was Sister Eva Joseph. And unfortunately, instead of the Archdiocese taking that information, getting Father Stitts out of that parish and making sure he didn't have access to any more children, instead the Archdiocese suppressed and in fact coerced this boy into remaining silent. They accused this kid of having some mental problems and that something was wrong with him if he would say something like that about Father. We know as a direct result of that, this boy was sexually abused more and more times, and the other young man then, after that event, was sexually abused. Now, what we also know is that when Father Stitts was moved from Guardian Angels, he was moved initially to Blessed Sacrament Church, but only for a few months, and then he was moved to St. Leo's Church in Highland Park. Back in March, we unfortunately filed lawsuits involving sexual abuse that occurred at St. Leo's. So all of these sexual abuse events could have and should have been avoided had the Archdiocese not concealed and coerced this kid into being silenced. And, sexual abuse in this case occurred in the 1966 to 1967 time frame. Both of these boys were in the 9, 10, 11-year-old range, and all of the abuse occurred at or around Guardian Angels down in Hastings. One aspect of this is the fact that the Archdiocese has just still not come clean with who were the perpetrators that have been in our community. We know that by some of their filings with a study called the John Jay study, that the Archdiocese is aware of 33 perpetrators that were roaming in our community here over time. They have refused to identify those perpetrators. What we have is circumstances like the cases here, or like the case where there were reports that just basically that there's a growing mountain of evidence that they have not been honest with this community. And this is unfortunate. It's unfortunate because this community deserves honesty. The only way we're going to be able to heal, the only way we're going to be able to prevent this from happening again is to be honest about what has occurred in the past. And that's what we're requesting here, is that the Archdiocese to be honest and disclose what they know so that we can prevent it from happening again.
So today's suit is against the Archdiocese?
Today's suit's against the Archdiocese for fraud. Because of the information that they possessed, they misrepresented Father Stitts to this family, both these boys, and in fact coerced the one boy.
Is there a statute of limitations on that?
There is a statute of limitations. It's 6 years from the date that the fraud was discovered.
Oh, okay. So you're still within?
I'm well within the statute of limitations.